have 4 eyes and the light is not very good for my eyes. My name is CHINAZOR. All protocols duly observed. I would speak the protocol. And talking about shyness, I am also very, very shy. So forgive me. And I'm very, very conventional as well. So I would not go with the thought. But I just want to say that it's difficult beating Mr. Yanda's page because he was my lecturer. He taught me costing and a lot of other courses. And I remember when he used to teach me costing, the 7 o'clock class. Thanks to him, I was able to get to work at 7 o'clock and all that because I spent some good time coming for 7 a.m. principles of costing. And if you get to his class, I was sharing the story just before he came in this afternoon. And woe betide you, you come there a minute past 7. That's the class done for you. And he looks at the class as 40%, he gives a test and makes it 40 marks. And then we're very miserable, but thankful for those days and experiences. So a big shout out to Mr. Yanda. He's part of who made me what I am today. I graduated from here 12 years ago. I wouldn't bother you with my bio, but I have a bit of Adventist blood in me and I like to sing. So I'm going to do something they used to do in the church. If you're happy and you know it, wave your hand. Okay, space looks like a dead ground. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, say amen. Okay, and if you're happy and you know it, do the 3. Amen. Okay, just testing your attentiveness. Okay, I've been told I have how many minutes? Okay, 15 minutes. I talk very fast. I'll try to do it in 10 minutes. And I also try to talk in monosyllables. I've been asked to talk about beating career failure, which is very, very ironic, considering that I'm not the best of candidates, honestly, because I've done over 10 jobs in 10 years, so I'm not the standard career person. I had a first degree in accounting, second degree in business administration, but barely worked as an accountant for a year, and business administration, I don't remember, maybe some admin work for like a very short while. So when you're talking about career, I'm thinking probably one of those people that have done some job for 30 years or 40 years, you know, some president in some big company. You know, the ideal career people in, say, I'm very unconventional with everything. And then I wanted to study law. I still want to study law. So talking about it is difficult and ironic, but I'm going to try. So let's go. Career. First of all, I would like us to define a few things before we go ahead. So, failure. What is failure? The Oxford Dictionary defines failure as follows. Number 1, lack of success. The neglect or omission of expected or required action. The action or state of not functioning. A falling short. Yourdictionary.com defines it as a falling short. A losing of power or strength. A breakdown in operation or function. A not succeeding in doing or becoming, a becoming bankrupt, and a failing to pass. Now, who is a failure? The definition of a failure is the act of falling short of the goal or a person who hasn't achieved what they set out to. And it gives an example of a failure as an aspiring actress hoping to make it in the movie industry and ending up with a waitressing career. So that's dictionary.com. And going by that definition, well, going by the example, I will be considered a failure because I was an aspiring lawyer and ended up as multiple things. So I would just stick with the definition and not the example. But stay with me. I would also need us to just at least take the definition of failure, take the definition of who is a failure, because we will do an exercise at some point. Then let's look at career. What is career? The Oxford Dictionary defines career as an occupation undertaken for a significant period of a person's life with opportunities for progress. Sorry, please, can you help? Okay. Wikipedia defines it as an individual's journey through learning, work, and other aspects of life. It further says that there are a number of ways to define a career, and the term is used in a variety of ways. BusinessDictionary.com defines it as a progress and actions taken by a person throughout a lifetime, especially those related to the person's occupations. A career is often composed of the jobs held, titles earned, and work accomplished over a long period of time, rather than just referring to one position. FreeDictionary.com defines it as a chosen pursuit, a profession or occupation, the general course or progression of one's working life or one's professional achievements. I want to go with the keywords: occupation, significant, opportunities for progression, an individual's journey, learning, work, and other aspects. And if we go by that, so we've looked at failure, we've looked at who's a failure, and we've looked at career. Now, we're talking about career failure. So what is career failure? We've got career, we've got failure, we've got who's a failure. I took time to research in a bit to find a definition for career failure, and to my very utmost surprise, just truly found none. Thus, I can say there's no definitive academic definition of failure. So we are going to define failure. So let's define career failure. Please help me turn to the other slide. So who wants to help me? I need to move away from the light, sorry. Who wants to help me define failure? Any career failure? Anybody? I'm going to pick someone, so I don't have time. Somebody just be kind and volunteer. Because we've got career, we've got failure. So now we need to merge the two words together and get a definition. So what would you say is career failure? Anyone?
Okay, in the shortest and simplest, okay, I'm Zion Chukwemeka, 400 level IRM. In the shortest and simplest term, I think career failure is like not being able to accomplish a set goal or missing a target, because you already define, I see career as a goal or a target, and I see failure as missing out of the track. So it's like when you lose track on a career or a goal.
When you lose track.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Career is like a goal, a set goal, and you define failure as when you miss something, when you've already lost something or you missed it all. So I'm trying to define both of them as career failure as missing a goal or losing the track on a set goal.
Thank you very much. What's your name again? Zion. Thank you very much. Any other definition, please? Yes. Okay, choosing to stay down or defeated. I like that definition. Now, you know, we talked about failure and in a lot of forms. Leona talked about it, and when we started, we tried to define success and a few things. It's one thing to fail. It's another thing to it's one thing to fall down, to trip down. It's another thing to just stay on the floor. Whatever the situation is, I want us to take away. If you don't take anything away from here today, take away the fact that whatever you're failing, be it your academics, be it anything in life, whatever you fail with, you can succeed in that thing. You can pass, you can excel. And whatever happens, pick yourself up, dust yourself, and carry on. Don't ever yield to defeat. Let's move forward to how to plan and start a desired career. How do you plan and start a desired career? First thing is self-assessment. It's a first step in career planning. Understanding yourself and your abilities is key to taking a desired career path. You know, for example, I have a phobia, you know, for height and a lot of things. I don't see myself being an air hostess or a pilot. I mean, I fly, but take the grace of God. So I have to be truthful to myself and assess myself, and there are a whole lot of things I would not do well with. So you need to actually do a self-assessment and be honest to yourself of what you can do and what you cannot do. Simple self-reflection is also important. For aspiring leaders, have you thought what is required of a leader and your own potential to meet the demands of leadership? And I will share a brief story in 30 seconds. I aspire to be a banker, and I love this so much, but then I hate wearing suits with a passion, and I don't like waking up early. And I spent some years of my life wearing suits, having as much as 30 pairs sometimes, and waking up early, something I hated so much because I didn't sit down to really have a simple self-reflection of what it takes to be a banker, just because I saw people in suits and had money and I just felt, cool, I can do this. So have a self-reflection. Above all, make a decisive choice. You have to choose a career or a career path, willingly or unwillingly. If you don't choose one, you're just going to find yourself not doing anything. It's still a path. Still a career path of joblessness, a career path of loafing around, a career path of not doing anything. So you might as well make a good choice. Be decisive about it. What drives you to develop your career? People are driven or motivated by different things such as money, prestige, authority, family, security, best use of skills, escaping a career called the sack. Called the sack is a dead end. Relocation to a better climate, a combination of some or all of the above. Whatever your motivation is, you know, just make sure you know what drives you, you know what motivates you in your choice, and be honest about it, and it would help you in making a good choice. Realities of careers on the job market. As I write this was when I was writing, I can't help reminiscing back to May 18, 2003. That's when I graduated. I do not remember the exact day I started university, but I vividly remember I was told right from the start, my graduation date, and that was all I looked forward to, and all that kept me going through the good, the bad, and the ugly of my 4 years at university. Ironically, I was so busy on that day that I wasn't seated when my class was called up to receive the award I had worked hard for all those years, and my graduation day was ruined. When I came back and found out I missed it, I cried all through. Little did I know there was more to worry about. I mean, it was my graduation day and I was busy running up and down. I think I had gone to the house to go and check some things. By the time I came through, they had called all accounting class and I missed the VC's handshake. And I just cried all the rest of graduation. I barely took my pictures. I was moody. I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for 4 years. I missed it. Little did I know I had more problems to worry about. When graduation was over, I went back. Reality, however, dawned on me when I got home, and by September, I wasn't heading back to school anymore. School was over, officially. NYSC provided a student gap for a year, and I went to serve immediately. Thankful for that. But then, passing out in September 2004, I was faced again with reality. I was back home, jobless. That was the truth. Life after school is practically different from classroom theory. You face reality, and you end up on the job market, employed or unemployed. There's no fairy tale involved. You need to prepare for the transition phase. Successful transition from university to career. A study carried out by R.S. Hansen and K. Hansen highlights below 8 critical issues facing you once you say goodbye to university. Number 1, time-related factors and time management. In university, you have classes on some days. Sometimes you have a free day. You can afford to bus class. You just end up failing. It's nobody's problem, it's your problem. But when you're working, it's a whole lot different. You probably get a 9 to 9 or 8 to 6. And the truth is, it's never what they say on the contract. It takes a lot more. And so, first of all, if you had a lot of free days, for example, when I was in school, I just used to feel that post science and mass comm, they don't have much lectures. Like, they probably have 2 or 3 lectures in a week. They probably have time. Maybe not the same. No offense. But then when you get to the work environment, it's not the same. And the consequences is not as easy as just saying, if I don't go to work today, because it might lead into not just you being fired, maybe your boss, you have deadlines, you have things to do. You just have to be able to manage your time, and it's a different thing, and you have to factor it in and deal with it. Professionalism is in the workplace. With studying, you can just say, hey, guy, what's up? How you doing now? You can't really do all of that in the workplace. You have to be professional. There's a dress code. There's a certain way to behave. There are office rules. And there are certain things, like when I was in certain organizations, they had organizational rules. I had to project the organization in a positive image, per se. A job or a true calling, you struggle with that. Is this really a job or is it my calling? Whichever way it is, don't kill yourself about it. Give your best in whatever you find yourself doing. University has not prepared you for everything. It never will. No training in life prepares you for anything. Most of the time, experience is the best teacher, they say. But whatever it is, take a positive out of your experience and give up the negative. Don't be so full of yourself. Having a first class, 5.0 GPA, graduating from Babcock, it's not an express ticket to a job. So don't kid yourself about it. But it is good to have a first class. And the name to Babcock sometimes, if the MD CEO is from Babcock, chances are they will give you preference over someone from another school. But don't take it and go with that kind of attitude like, I got a first class. Believe me, you might probably be searching for a job for the next 10 years. University graduates get entry-level jobs. They are called entry-level jobs for a reason. It's an entry-level to your career. It's a starting point. Don't be little at the beginning. Whatever it is, opportunity you have, take it and start from there. Be prepared for salary negotiations and job offers. If you're very good, chances are you're going to get a lot of offers. You're going to negotiate. Don't undersell yourself. Don't oversell yourself. How to stay top in any choosing career. Whatever we do in life, there are basics to excel and stay on top. And I've listed a few major ones. It's not just about career or anything. I think it's pretty much the same. And there's something I missed out on the slide, and I'm just going to say is honesty and integrity. In today's world and business, it's believed there are a lot of unethical things in quotes that happen, and it's okay to tell a little professional lie and do that. But integrity, honesty is very important, and it's something that everyone should have, no matter what the cost is. And the cost, believe me, whatever you think you might be giving up to be honest and have integrity, it's probably not worth it to give up your integrity. Have integrity. Develop and maintain a positive attitude always. Become totally flexible. Be adaptable and a team player. Improve your communication skills. Understand, appreciate, and master all forms of two-way communications. Both outgoing, I learned this myself during the slide. I didn't realize that there was outgoing and incoming. Apparently, with the outgoing is your speaking, your writing, and your personal image projection. I used to feel like it's my life. I can wear what I want, do what I want. But I realized when I started working, no, there's certain things you can't wear to certain places, there's certain ways you can behave, there's certain things you can do. Every action of yours, someone is watching, and it would have a positive or a negative impact. What impact you want to have depends upon you. So listen, read, and observe. Become a global networker. Network anywhere. LinkedIn is the #1 place you want to be, and have a good professional LinkedIn profile. Get people, I mean, why you haven't got your first job, get your mates to refer you on your work here. Most of my jobs have been LinkedIn referral. Most of my jobs have been LinkedIn referral, and there are a lot of other networking opportunities. You know, most of the time, people all over the world still find me on a contact just from networking. Use your social media wisely. Don't just sit and just say, hi, what's up, how are you, all day long. Make it productive. Become a dynamic goal achiever. Set your own goals, achieve them yourself. Create and maintain a competitive advantage for yourself, even in your relationships. And it's one thing I've learned, even in my family. There are certain things that, I'm the last child, but there's certain things that it wouldn't happen except they found CHINAZOR. And I just want to say, whatever you do, create a competitive advantage. Every year I worked, I make sure I have a competitive advantage that I have to always be called when this thing comes up. They have to look for CHINAZOR, no matter where I am. But at the same time, don't make yourself indispensable. Everybody is indispensable. And don't overwork yourself. Don't take on things that don't burden yourself. Summarily, be positive, read, learn, communicate, network, act, and excel always. And I'm going to round up with an unknown quote. It is said that you can achieve career success by defining failure. Define failure by yourself. Don't let someone else define it for you. Stephen S. Musoke says, career is a sum total of paid, unpaid work, learning, and life roles you undertake throughout your life. So your 4 years here forms part of your career, whether you take it or not. Everything you do in life forms part of your career. Success, he also says, is a journey with multiple peaks, depicted in this image, and not one ultimate pinnacle. One success builds on another. Setbacks and mistakes will also help you build success. Choose your career. Choose career success. And this is the point where I would say dare to ask. If you don't, who will? If not now, when? Did I hear you say, what if I ask a dumb question? The only dumb question you're asking is the one you're asking yourself inwardly. Dare to ask it aloud. So who's going to dare to ask a question? Thank you very much.
Any question? Just one. One question? All right.
Sir, my name is Adekoya Delakwo, and I want to ask, what field, like, what can you do to be good at being a professional in your career field? Yes.
What can you do to be good, or what can you do to be a professional in your career field?
Okay. What can you do to be good or to be a professional in your career field? First of all, I would say, what does being good mean to you? What does being a professional mean to you? I always tell people, have a definition for yourself. I go with the English dictionary with a lot of words, but I also have the meaning of words for myself, because what it means to me might not be what it means to you. But one thing I'm going to say is, whatever you do, and I would borrow Mr. Yonda's word, do it diligently, do it excellently. If I'm going to do something, I do it beautifully well. If I'm not going to do it, I wouldn't even do it at all. So whatever you do, make sure you do it exceptionally well. And you know, whether you're getting paid for it or you're not getting paid for it, let your work speak for itself. It's probably the best advertisement you're going to get. It's probably the best professionalism you're going to be able to exude. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ma.